I will tell you, and I gotta share this, I say it every year, these tracks are some of the hardest that you're gonna find. You're not gonna find this type of racing anywhere else. And this track over here, the Wick 338 official dirt bike track, is one of the hardest in the country. The Wheel Life Rally is one of the hardest in the country. So if you are here and you're gonna race here, you gotta give yourselves a round of applause for just showing up and saying yes. Let me see it. Give yourselves a round of applause. Because this is not easy, I'm telling you now.
What's up, y'all? Flip here, EUC Chronicles, back with another goodie, and this is a real goodie. Guys, we are at the Wick 338 in Southwick, Massachusetts at the incredible Wheel Life Rally put together by Black Cobra as well as Amp Electric Games, and they have come together. This is their 6th year of doing this, and I am out. Now, originally, I wasn't going to go to this, but once I got my hand on my V14 Pro, I knew right away I was going to the games, and I'm so glad I did. I went to the first 2 games, but I missed all the other ones since then. But I'm here for this one, and then, like I said, I'm so glad I came. I brought my boy Anthony from Albany, from my crew, the Electric City Riders, out with me as well, so it was great to have at least some representation aside from me with Albany in the house. But guys, man, this was so much fun. Now, the event was done a little bit differently than it was when I first went, where we had the EUCs as well as the Onewheels competing kind of on the same course, not at the same time, but separate heats. You know, you had the EUC guys go, then you had the Onewheel guys go. Now, this was totally different, man. Like, we had 3 different tracks. We had the woods track, we had the obstacle course, and then we had the flat track. But they all were incredibly challenging and a skill to master and tame. And I got to see some incredible EUC riding this weekend. Oh my goodness, there's so many people that I can't even remember all their names, but there were guys just going for it, man, like pushing their wheels to the absolute limit, and it was incredible to watch. For me, I was kind of just going as a spectator. I mean, I did go to race, but I wanted really to just get some footage and document the race. But once being there and being a part of what was going on, you had no choice. Also, I was DJing the event, so not only was I racing, but I also had to mind the music as well. So it was a lot to do, but I tried to get as much footage as I possibly could. And there's no way, even with what I got, I didn't even scratch the surface of what was going on, especially with the different event heats, because when the EUC guys were running, the Onewheel guys were running a different race in another part of the track, so we couldn't even see what they were doing, so I couldn't even get that type of footage either. But we was out here, man. Sensei Vegan was in the house, and it was really good to get up with my brother. We have been going back and forth times to get together to ride, and you know, it's really hard. We do live a few hours apart, so we always can't get it done. So when we can get together and ride, it is always fun, jokes, and just a great time. And like I said, there was so much going on. I was pushing myself way too hard. Let me just start there, because this event started at 8 a.m. I left my house at like 5:30 in the morning. I got to the event about 7:45, I believe, something like that. And we have literally been racing nonstop from like 8 in the morning to about 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, the first hour and a half was just kind of what you're seeing in the video, is us just kind of testing out the track and getting to get familiar with the track. There was so much track also, I couldn't even get all of it in one video. I did bring my drone. I kind of kicking myself for not flying the drone as much as I should have. But I did get footage of all the tracks, and I will be putting that in somewhere, if not making a separate video. This might be 2 videos. I might not be able to get everything in one video. And also, I'm waiting for footage from my boy Anthony, like I said, that was with me, as well as a few other guys who I talked to and was like, send me some footage, especially my brother Rock West, who I met up there at the event. Cool brother. I'm gonna get into that. Matter of fact, we'll just get into it now. So, like, one of the last races we had before the big final race on the flat track, which is probably what you would kind of think the most easiest track to run, I ended up crashing pretty hard too. But I wasn't recording, kind of kicking myself for not recording. But then again, if I was recording, I probably would have messed up the camera. So, you know, there's that. But my brother Rock was behind me, but I feel bad because when I went down, the way my wheel spun out caused him to clip the wheel, and he ended up going down. So I felt really bad that happened. But it was a good, you know, he was there. He was like, yo, you good, brother? You good, brother? Nobody was worried about the race or their time at this point. We were just making sure that each other was cool and we was okay, and which we were. You know, little scrapes, but that's what's going to happen anyway. Like I was saying, like, the track is going to demand a sacrifice, and everybody had to give up some skin. There were a lot of falls. So many people crashed. There was also a racer that I have to give props. I forgot his name. This man was the one in the yellow t-shirt. He was 69 years old riding that wheel, and he was kicking butt the entire race. Like, he passed me a few times. He was going for it, man. At 69 years old, that was absolutely incredible to meet this dude. He had a great spirit, and he was keeping up with all of us younger guys like it wasn't a problem. It was so much fun. This race was something extra. My V14 was going for it. How did the V14 Pro hold up? It held up incredibly. I was shocked. Like I said, I wasn't planning on going to the race. I knew it was coming up, but I had the V13 and I wasn't going to take a 113-pound wheel and just bring it in the race. I knew kind of what I was walking into, but now afterwards, I'm so happy I did it. I didn't realize the track wasn't as sandy as it was the first year around. I don't remember it being like that. There were like literal sand traps going on in this thing, and the V14 Pro ate through everything. Like I said, I only had one spill, and that spill was definitely rider error. It had nothing to do with the V14 Pro. It was just me trying to go too fast on a straightaway, forgetting that there's gravel coming up and you're gonna have to turn as soon as you touch that gravel. And when I turned, over rotated and just slip out, boom. But man, this wheel has been growing on me ever since I stepped foot on this wheel 2 weeks ago. People have been asking me at the race, they're like, hey man, how you like the wheel? And I was like, I may get rid of my V13 altogether. Like, every time I ride this wheel, it just gets better and better and better. For what you get out of the box, this thing is a monster, and I have absolutely no complaints about this wheel. Actually, no, I do have one gripe. I will say that, you know, the pedals are a little sharp, and I'm not talking about the spikes on the top. I'm just talking about the edges of the pedals. They are a little sharp because I did get nicked when I crashed. You know, I did get a little nick at the back of my leg as well, and I was trying to figure out where that came from. And then, like, as I'm standing next to the wheel, I was talking to one of the guys, and I kind of just like bumped myself in the part where I got cut, and I looked down and realized, oh, it's the pedals. A little bit sharp there, so you got to be careful about that. But that's also my fault for not having super high top shoes on. But man, V14 Pro, great wheel. I'm so glad I took it to the event. I am upset about the scuff, but it is what it is. But I'm so glad I took it to the event. It just made it much more fun, and I'm sure if having a heavier wheel would just make me even more tired at the end of these races. So shouts out to Inmotion for making such a great wheel, man. Like, you got me again, guys. You got me again. You know, and the funny thing is, the V14 Pro had way more to give. I didn't. After all day of racing. My legs were noodles by the end of the night, and that's when the crash happened. The crash was, like I said, it was like one of the last races that we had before the big final race, and I'm telling you, I was already done. You know, with the heat was beating down on us unmercifully. And, you know, just like I said, so much repetition. We were having, you know, the one wheel guys will take the track and they'll do it once because of the battery limitations that they have. But the EUC guys, when we're doing these runs, a lot of these runs, we would have to do 2 laps. So you're talking 10 races. You know, we did break for lunch. We had a little bit of lunch, which was great. You know, they fed us, you know, gave us some time to relax a little bit. But it was a lot going on. It was really a lot. And, it was a time race. Everybody had risk. Matter of fact, I will let Seth explain. I will shut up real quick and let Seth explain, and then we'll get back to what's going on.
Volunteers that make this happen. We want to thank you all so much for coming out, supporting the Wheel Life Rally. What is this, our 5th year here? 6th year.
6th year, actually.
6th year. You guys are part of history. We want to thank everybody. Give yourselves a hand for coming out.
Yeah.
Let's go. You guys ready to race? You guys ready to rock and roll? Let's go. All right. As you may know, we have USA EUC and USA FLT. These are sanctioning bodies for both Onewheel and EUC racing.
Yeah, round of applause for that. Let's go.
On USA EUC and USA FLT, we're keeping all of your scores across every race that you go to that's sanctioned. We also carry all of your photos across every race that's sanctioned. That's why we asked you to put the bib numbers on the front and the back so that when we snap a photo, we can get that photo attached back to your racer record. You guys are free to do whatever you want with those photos, and we appreciate you supporting. The way that this is going to run is in the morning here. We're going to run your USA FLT and USA EUC times, okay? So that time that you put in individually on each course is what is going to go onto your permanent record, and then that will seed you into heats this afternoon. Does everybody understand? Yeah. So what's going to happen is we're going to go out, we're going to race each lap. You guys are going to each put in 2 tries. So you'll run 1 lap, you'll come back. The next guy or gal will run their lap and come back, and you'll go back to the end of the line, and then you'll be able to do it again. So whichever one of those 2 tries is your fastest time is what's going to go on to your USA FLT or USA EUC record. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Any questions? No? Okay.
So everybody had these transponders on their wrist that basically track their time when you come through the start gate and when you come back through the finish line. It would track all those times and it would post. And you can read and see your times and everybody else's times for that matter. So when I actually went on the Zone 4 site, which is zone4.ca.com, where you can see all the race results, I noticed that I won one of the races, which was shocking to me because, one, like I said, because I had my brand new V14 Pro, I didn't want to get myself a situation where I'm crashing the wheel or messing the wheel up. I'm trying to keep the wheel as pristine as possible because, as all you know, when you get your new EUC, the last thing you want to do is scratch it and mess it up. And so I really wasn't trying to push the wheel or myself to the point where that happened. Unfortunately, a crash did happen, and it happened at the worst part of the track, which wasn't on the sand or the dirt, but it was actually on the part with the rocks and the gravel. And that's where I went down. So the wheel did get scuffed up. Unfortunately, I am not happy about that at all because Lord knows, like I just said, messing up your new wheel is not what you want to do, but it's not too bad at all. It's just some wear and tear. But for me, it's just like, it's the worst thing in the world. But, you know, it comes with the territory. You know, you're going to enter a race, you got to suspect, especially seeing how many people did go down at different parts of the track. It was just bound to happen, I guess. So that did happen. But all in all, man, this was an incredible race, incredible time. I'm not doing it justice as far as all the things that went on and just showing you the track itself. I do have drone footage that I am going to put in at some point. Like I said, I might make another episode of this once I get the rest of the footage that I was asking the other people for. But for right now, I just wanted to show you just a rough overview of what went down at the Wheel Life Rally 2026. Big shouts to Black Cobra, my boy Seth Johnson, Willie Brady, Cooler Joe, and everybody else who donated their time in putting this event together. Let me not forget Showtime, as well as there were a few others that really helped bring this all together for us, and I'm super appreciative of that. I definitely have to make it a point to start going every year rather than just kind of like whenever I feel like it. This was a great event. Shouts to everybody who was there. I wish I could remember all your names. Now that I have the list of the people who raced, I do have your names, so maybe I'll throw that up at the end. But hopefully for the people that didn't get a chance to go, have never gone to a Wheel Life Rally, hopefully seeing this will maybe convince you to go next year, because it is a time. It really is. You guys, if you have not made it out to the Wheel Life Rally, please put it on your calendar for 2026, as well as Amped Electric Games. Put that on your calendar and show up, man. If you've never been to one of these things are incredible. Also, you guys, if you're interested in getting anything from Inmotion, I do have an affiliate link down below. Please feel free to use that. It really helps out the channel, as well as a discount code for you guys to use, which is Chronicles50, which will get you $50 off your next purchase from Inmotion. The link is down in the description below, so please feel free to use that. I appreciate it very much. You guys stay safe out there. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
And the Onewheel Grand Champion, no surprise, Sam Barney. Sam Barney, let's go.
Yes, sir. Go Sam.
Yes, sir.
His first win.
Go. All right, stand by. Yes, appreciate you, man. Hard work.
Stand up and take your...
And
Get up on the one. Get up on the podium.
EUC, yeah, up there, get up there. The EUC Grand Champion.
Yeah.
None other than
Nice job, dude.
Cooler Joe.
Let's go, Joe. Let's go. Side by side. Side by side.
Yo! Look at that. Here we go. Here we go.
Wait.
All right, go! There we go. Wheel Valley, baby.